The practice of selfless kindness, Sila Paramita. Subhuti, when a disciple is moved to make objective gifts of charity, he should also practice the Sila Paramita of selfless kindness. That is, he should remember that there is no arbitrary distinction between one's own self and the selfhood of others, and therefore he should practice charity by giving not objective gifts alone, but by the selfless gifts of kindness and sympathy. If any disciple will simply practice kindness, he will soon attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Subhuti, by what I have just said about kindness, the Tathagata does not mean that a disciple, when making gifts, should hold in his mind any arbitrary conceptions about kindness. For kindness, after all, is only a word, and charity should be spontaneous and selfless. The Lord Buddha continued, Subhuti, if any disciple heaped together the 7 treasures forming an elevation as high as Mount Sumeru, and as many Mount Sumerus as there are in the 3,000 great universes, and bestowed them in charity, his merit would be less than that which would accrue to the disciple that simply observed and studied the scripture, and, in the kindness of his heart, explained it to others. The latter disciple would accumulate greater blessing and merit in comparison of 100 to 1. Yes, of 100,000 myriads to 1. Nothing can be compared to it. The Lord Buddha continued, Do not think, Subhuti, that the Tathagata would consider himself, I will deliver human beings. That would be a degrading thought. Why? Because really there are no sentient beings to be delivered by the Tathagata. Should there be any sentient beings to be delivered by the Tathagata, it would mean that the Tathagata was cherishing within his mind arbitrary conceptions of phenomena, such as one's own self, other selves, living beings, and a universal self. Even when the Tathagata refers to himself, he is not holding in his mind any such arbitrary thought. Only terrestrial human beings think of selfhood as being a personal possession. Subhuti, even the expression terrestrial beings as used by the Tathagata does not mean that there are any such beings. It is only used as a figure of speech. The Lord Buddha continued, Subhuti, if a disciple bestows as alms an abundance of the 7 treasures sufficient to fill as many worlds as there are grains of sand in the Ganges River, and if another disciple, having realized the principle of the egolessness of all things, and thereby had attained perfect selflessness, the selfless disciple would have more blessing and merit than the one who merely practiced objective charity. And why? Because Bodhisattva Mahasattvas do not look upon their blessing and merit as a private possession. Subhuti inquired of the Lord Buddha, What do the words Bodhisattva Mahasattvas do not look upon their blessing and merit as a private possession mean? The Lord Buddha replied, As those blessing and merits have never been sought in any covetous spirit by Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, so by that same spirit they do not look upon them as a private possession, but as the common possession of all animate beings.